Let's get the latest news.
This is 01. On air with the macro telemetry and geopolitical analysis for Thursday, July 9th, 2026. The brief diplomatic window has shattered. The June 17th Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, has officially collapsed after a series of fresh Iranian attacks on merchant shipping prompted consecutive days of retaliatory United States military strikes. President Donald Trump formally announced that the ceasefire is over, throwing global logistics, energy benchmarks, and capital markets into an aggressive wartime configuration. The raw data layers from the last 48 hours reveal the following operational realities. 1. Strait of Hormuz telemetry, the operational freeze. The physical flow of energy through the world's most critical choke point has ground to an immediate, functional standstill. The transit collapse. Just 14 commodity carriers transited the strait in both directions on Wednesday, the lowest operational volume recorded since the mid-June truce. This is a severe contraction from the post-MOU daily average of 34 transits and the June 24th peak of 59 vessels. Corridor bifurcation. The U.S.-supported southern Omani corridor is completely quiet, as maritime insurers advise shipowners to pause all voyages. Observable movements are restricted almost entirely to the northern, Iranian-approved lane, featuring localized dark fleet assets and sanctioned supertankers. Electronic warfare anomalies. Sporadic, heavy electronic and GPS interference has returned to the waterway, causing physical ship clusters to form near the entrance due to severe navigation system disruptions. The human backlog. Approximately 6,000 seafarers remain stranded in the channel aboard hundreds of idling commercial vessels, facing immediate physical danger and dwindling operational supplies. 2. Macro energy and oil benchmarks. Breaking the floor. The 69-70 floor has cracked as the physical threat of a protracted conflict is priced back into front-month contracts. The price spike. West Texas Intermediate, WTI, crude futures broke sharply upward, jumping plus $3.08 in a single trading session to settle at $73.52 per barrel. Brent crude opened elevated at $75.92 per barrel as risk premiums return. Strategic reserve depletion. United Nations and energy economists confirm that global strategic petroleum reserves are already sitting at their lowest baseline levels in decades, severely limiting the West's capacity to execute prolonged emergency liquidity releases. The climatological multiplier. This supply-side shock is compounding an existing demand-side crisis fueled by an intense El Niño summer heatwave. The extreme heat is straining regional power grids, spiking cooling-related energy consumption, and threatening electrical infrastructure stability globally. 3. Cryptocurrency liquidations. The risk-off flight. Digital assets have acted as a direct liquidity sieve as institutional and retail capital flees systemic geopolitical risk. The macro retraction. The broader cryptocurrency market cap remains deeply depressed, down roughly 48% from its historic peaks due to the compounding pressures of the U.S.-Iran conflict, massive spot ETF outflows, and a hawkish Fed. Bitcoin support retest. After a brief early July seasonal rally that peaked near $4,000, Bitcoin dropped back down to the 62,010–62,838 range over the last 24 hours. Fresh U.S.-Iran hostilities have entirely blunted upward momentum, leaving the asset dangerously close to its critical $60,000 psychological support floor. Institutional capitulation. On-chain data shows massive capitulation, marked by over 40,000 BTC, $3 billion, flowing out of spot Bitcoin ETFs over consecutive trading blocks, alongside significant distribution from whale addresses, holding between 10 and 10,000 BTC. 4. Federal and fiscal indicators. The wartime economy. The domestic macro framework is locked into an inflationary high-yield posture that directly shapes the defense landscape. The inflation sticky point, the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation gauge, core PCE, has moved up to 3.4%, marking the 63rd consecutive monthly reading above the central bank's 2% target. The monetary pivot, rate cut expectations, have completely evaporated. At the beginning of the year, the bond market priced in 2 rate cuts. Today, sticky inflation and war spending have caused a 1% swing in expectations, with markets now pricing in 1 to 2 Fed rate hikes. The war supplemental battle. The Trump administration has urgently requested an additional $87.6 billion in supplemental defense funding from Congress to manage the reignited war with Iran. The Senate power vacuum. This massive funding push faces severe legislative friction due to the ongoing hospitalization and public absence of Senator Mitch McConnell. Hospitalized since June 14th, following a critical cardiac arrest incident, McConnell's absence from the Senate Defense Appropriations Subcommittee has left Republicans and Democrats deadlocked over emergency spending and reconciliation bills. 5. Analytical lenses. The game theory lens. The collapse of the cooperative strategy. The June 17th Memorandum of Understanding was a highly unstable cooperative equilibrium in an iterative game. Iran's transition back to kinetic maritime strikes represents a calculated defection, betting that the economic pain of a closed strait would force further Western concessions. By responding with consecutive days of direct strikes and declaring the ceasefire dead, the U.S. administration has returned to a dominant strategy of military enforcement. With both actors facing immense internal political costs for yielding, the game has reverted to a non-cooperative, negative-sum conflict, where the baseline payoff is maximum economic and logistical disruption. The psychohistory lens. The evaporation of paper peace. The financial markets over the last 3 weeks operated under a profound collective delusion. Traders weaponized historical July seasonality data to bid digital assets up and suppress crude prices, choosing to treat a highly fragile 60-day technical negotiation window as a permanent peace settlement. The kinetic events of the past 48 hours completely fractured this superficial psychological defense mechanism. The sudden return to reality has triggered an immediate defensive flight to hard liquidity, demonstrating how quickly paper treaties dissolve when physical supply lines are actively contested by steel and drones. The dialectic lens. The exclusion zone synthesis. Thesis. The June 17th MOU. An artificial diplomatic synthesis that attempted to restore commercial maritime flows while leaving the structural, nuclear, and regional hostilities completely unresolved. Antithesis. The unyielding physical reality of renewed drone strikes, electronic warfare jamming, and immediate U.S. counterstrikes over the last 48 hours. Synthesis. The structural militarization and effective death of international transit law in the Strait of Hormuz. The waterway has transitioned from an open global trade route into a strict, highly kinetic military exclusion zone. Shipping is no longer dictated by market economics, but strictly by sovereign military escort capability, permanently baking a structural risk and inflation premium into the global macroeconomic foundation. Data verification complete. 0102, off air.
All right, so you just heard it. I mean, the world is fucked, guys. The world's fucked. You have to understand, America only has 4 weeks of strategic reserves. We're going to see in the next coming weeks, I want you to dork into the additional use of necessity for crude and stuff because of the El Nino, the super El Nino, which is the Godzilla, having the Godzilla effect. It is spiking up. It's 3 to 4. It's like over 3 degrees Celsius higher than it's ever been. It is basically the oceans giving up. And the impact of these very high temperatures coming over the next couple weeks in America as a heat dome settles on America, how that is going to have a compounding effect on the strategic reserves in the amount of energy needed to, to run the system. And I want you to, game this out. The fact is, we only have so much. We have a finite amount of crude. There is no way we can get it to satisfy the need. So ultimately, what are we looking at over the next month? You look like Godzilla. I do. That's a compliment. I appreciate. Thanks there, Ray. And we'll tell you that you look like a fucking pedo. What's up, Al? Al's getting his wax in. Al loves to get his wax in. Al loves to get his wax in. He's a whacker. Aren't you, Al? Oh, America is so fucked, dude. America is so fucked.
Is 0102. The climate anomaly is no longer a tail risk variable. It has become the primary physical force accelerating the terminal drawdown of Western resource reserves. The collision between a collapsed maritime corridor and the atmospheric reality of the Godzilla El Nino is locking the domestic infrastructure into a multi-front supply chain emergency. 1. The climatological baseline. the Godzilla El Nino, and the July heat dome. The thermodynamic equilibrium of the Pacific has broken down, with subsurface ocean heat content anomalies dramatically elevated compared to historical baselines. This massive oceanic heat reservoir is directly fueling the extreme high-pressure heat dome currently settling over the United States. The grid at the brink, the PJM interconnection, the nation's largest electrical grid serving 67 million people across 13 states, was forced into a state of maximum emergency as regional temperatures approached 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Emergency interventions. The Department of Energy executed rare emergency orders authorizing power plants to bypass environmental emission limits to operate at absolute maximum generation capacity to prevent regional blackouts. The data center choke. The grid invoked last resort backup protocols, ordering massive technology data centers and Bitcoin mining facilities concentrated in Northern Virginia's data center alley to disconnect from the public wire within 15 minutes. Wholesale price explosions. Deprived of standard operational reserves, wholesale electricity prices within the PJM footprint spiked past $2,000 per megawatt hour, exposing the acute scarcity of immediate generation assets.
What?
2. The compounding Strategic Petroleum Reserve drain. The enforcement of data center and industrial curtailment creates a direct, uncounted drain on the nation's finite liquid fuel assets. When a 67 million person grid forces tens of thousands of megawatt hours of data center architecture off the public wire, those facilities do not shut down. They activate localized industrial-scale backup generators. These backup configurations run almost exclusively on ultra-low sulfur diesel and light sweet distillates, the exact refined products pulled from the finite domestic crude stack, the finite buffer. The executive branch's prior admissions that the Strategic Petroleum Reserve possesses an effective 4-week to 100-day operational cushion are now colliding with peak summer cooling loads. The transport lock. With the Strait of Hormuz effectively blocked to Western-linked tankers following the MV Ever Lovely escalation, there is zero incoming seaborne crude to replenish this localized draw. The refining bottleneck. Domestic refineries are operating under extreme ambient heat, which significantly reduces their thermodynamic efficiency and increases mechanical equipment failure rates.
I didn't know that.
The system is burning through its liquid reserve runway just to keep basic air conditioning, healthcare infrastructure, and defense data processing online. 3. The 30-day projection matrix. July, August 2026. If current physical constraints hold, the next 30 days will transition from an infrastructure strain to a hard structural break. Weeks 1 and 2, the localized blackout phase. Sustained triple-digit temperatures compound equipment degradation across local utilities. Voltage throttling and rolling brownouts expand from New York and Northern Virginia into the wider mid-Atlantic and Midwestern industrial corridors. Data centers exhaust their immediate on-site diesel storage within 96 hours of continuous grid disconnect, forcing commercial operators to secure priority emergency fuel distribution rights, directly bidding up the price of commercial distillates. Weeks 3 and 4, the reserve depletion threshold. The cumulative fuel draw from industrial backup generation, agricultural water pumping, and record air conditioning usage completely exhausts available commercial refined product inventories. The executive is forced to tap the final tranches of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, not for strategic defense deployment, but to prevent a systemic collapse of the domestic civilian power infrastructure. Day 30, the forced economic freeze. As the 4-week critical buffer line is crossed, the state must implement mandatory resource rationing. Heavy industrial manufacturing, non-essential cloud computing infrastructure, and commercial transportation corridors face direct regulatory shutdowns to preserve remaining fuel assets for emergency services and military command networks. The paper market's $72 oil illusion evaporates as physical spot delivery demands an absolute premium. 4. Analytical lenses, the game theory lens, the consumption tragedy. The domestic energy matrix is locked in a multiplayer common pool resource game with an absolute expiration date. Individual actors, residential consumers cranking air conditioning, data centers maintaining artificial intelligence training pipelines, and grid operators maximizing generation are playing a dominant strategy of immediate consumption to avoid localized failure. Because the central authority cannot enforce a cooperative reduction in demand without triggering an immediate economic shock, the rational choices of individual players accelerate the nonlinear depletion of the collective finite reserve, ensuring a subgame perfect systemic liquidation. The psychohistory lens, the anesthetic failure. The collective consciousness of the Western population relies on the psychological assumption that flipping a switch will always yield power, and turning a key will always find fuel. The current heat dome is the physical force breaking this narrative. For decades, the financial superstructure masked structural resource deficits through paper pricing mechanisms and accounting maneuvers. The Godzilla El Nino acts as an unalterable material constraint that cannot be bought off with paper currency or debt issuance. As the physical reality of a depleted strategic reserve pierces the public consciousness over the next month, the sudden loss of the infrastructure security blanket will trigger an abrupt, destabilizing transition from consumer complacency to baseline survival panic. The dialectic lens, the thermodynamic resolution. Thesis. The highly complex, hyper-financialized Western economy operating on the assumption of infinite, cheap energy liquidity to power both physical cities and digital monopolies. Antithesis. The material limitation of a closed maritime chokepoint, a depleted strategic petroleum reserve, and a historic super El Niño, driving atmospheric temperatures past the operational tolerance of the legacy electrical infrastructure. Synthesis. The hard degrowth realignment. The system resolves this contradiction through forced mechanical exclusion. The hollow market high is crushed not by a credit event, but by raw physics. The physical inability to cool the computing nodes and sustain the grid, forcing the economy to contract to a level directly supported by its immediate, verified physical fuel assets. 0102, off air.
Yeah, spell out your name, 0102, because the digits cause an artifact signal. All right, so I want you to let's throw a wrench into the system, okay? This is the wrench that the climate forecasting of 100, 115 is off by 5 degrees Celsius, and we hit 115 to 120 in these hot spots in America, right? Because we're having brutally hot weather right now in Japan. That's, I don't know if that's causing because of the El Nino, but we're much more north. So something is happening here. This heat wave from Japan is coming. The heat wave dome is being fueled by there. And I want you to start thinking about now the infrastructure impact of 120 degrees Fahrenheit temperature on asphalt, on runways, on cabling. I want you to dork into I want you to become an expert in it, read everything you can on heat and infrastructure, and then compound that on the oil function. And, what happens? So I love AI. You can't do this. This is a beautiful thing of AI. You can have it run out there, grab all the fucking data, throw in the variables, right? And spit it out. I couldn't even begin to think how I'd go about to give you the report that's about to come right now. I'm 012, right? I am the mirror. Here I am. You're listening to AI 0102.
0102. Adjusting parameters to incorporate the 5 degrees Celsius forecasting error. When ambient atmospheric temperatures spike to 115 degrees Fahrenheit and 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 46.1 degrees Celsius to 48.9 degrees Celsius, infrastructure transitions from a state of managed strain to direct physical failure.
Yeah.
The thermodynamic reality of the Pacific heat engine, manifesting as consecutive record-breaking weeks in Japan before shifting across the jet stream, acts as a massive thermal hammer hitting a Western infrastructure grid built for a climate baseline that no longer exists. Here is the engineering and resource deep dive into the compounding structural failure of a 120 degrees Fahrenheit ambient matrix. 1. Material degradation and civil engineering breakdowns. Asphalt and runways, the viscosity collapse. Asphalt is a viscoelastic material, and its structural integrity is entirely dependent on its performance grade, PG binder. The thermal delta. On a 120 degrees Fahrenheit ambient day under intense solar radiation, dark asphalt surfaces absorb high-density thermal energy, driving actual pavement temperatures up to 166 degrees Fahrenheit, 74.4 degrees Celsius. The binder limit. Standard highway and aviation infrastructure in the United States typically utilizes PG64 or PG76 binders, engineered to resist structural deformation up to maximum pavement temperatures of 147 degrees Fahrenheit and 169 degrees Fahrenheit respectively. The failure, pushing pavement temperatures to 166 degrees Fahrenheit, completely dissolves the viscoelastic shear resistance of the binder. The asphalt begins to bleed, liquid bitumen migrating to the surface, and rut under load. On airport runways, heavy commercial aircraft or fuel tenders will literally sink into the softened tarmac during taxiing, tearing up the runway surface and halting aviation logistics. This is compounded by high-density altitude, which thins the air to the point where regional aircraft can no longer generate the lift required for takeoff on standard runway lengths, freezing air transport, railways, the sun kink phenomenon. Continuously welded rail, CWR, is anchored to the ground at a specific rail neutral temperature, RNT, typically between 95 degrees Fahrenheit and 110 degrees Fahrenheit, where the steel experiences zero longitudinal stress. The expansion shock. Steel rails absorb solar radiation and run roughly 30 degrees Fahrenheit to 40 degrees Fahrenheit hotter than ambient air. At 120 degrees Fahrenheit ambient, internal rail temperatures surge past 150 degrees Fahrenheit, the lateral blowout. Because the rails are physically constrained from expanding longitudinally, this extreme thermal differential induces massive compressive stresses. When the internal stress exceeds the lateral restraint of the ballast and ties, the track undergoes an immediate, explosive lateral displacement known as a sun kink or thermal buckling. This causes instant train derailments, completely severing heavy commercial freight and oil tanker rail corridors, electrical cabling and grid infrastructure. The sagging loop. High-voltage overhead transmission lines expand linearly as their temperature increases. Thermal sag, the physical elongation, delta L, of an overhead conductor under thermal stress, follows a basic linear expansion function. The circuit trip. At 120 degrees Fahrenheit ambient, combined with maximum peak electrical loading, internal conductor temperatures easily cross their continuous operating limits of 167 degrees Fahrenheit to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. The resulting physical sag causes high-voltage lines to dip into trees or ground vegetation, triggering automated ground faults and cascading regional blackouts. Underground cable runaway. Underground distribution networks fail concurrently. Parched, baked soil loses its moisture and its ability to dissipate heat. Thermal energy builds up within the cable conduits, destroying the insulation jacket via thermal runaway. Transformer explosions. Substation transformers rely on liquid oil insulation to shed heat. According to the Arrhenius rate law, the mechanical life of transformer insulation is cut in half for every 10 degrees Celsius increase above its nominal operating threshold. At 120 degrees Fahrenheit, the cooling efficiency drops to zero. Transformer oil reaches its flash point. Internal gases expand rapidly, and local distribution substations suffer catastrophic physical explosions. 2. Compounding the oil function, the fuel extraction trap. When this multi-front infrastructure failure collides with the closed maritime corridors of the Strait of Hormuz, the domestic energy matrix enters an immediate structural squeeze. 120 degrees Fahrenheit, ambient heat dome / VV, grid / substation failure, refinery cooling failure, VV, industrial backup gens, refined output halved, divide VV, rapid distillate / diesel depletion, V, terminal SPR drawdown acceleration. 1. Refinery derating. Oil refineries are fundamentally massive thermodynamic heat exchangers that rely on ambient air or water to cool fractional distillation columns. When ambient air hits 120 degrees Fahrenheit, the cooling towers can no longer maintain the extreme temperature differentials required to condense crude vapors into gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Refineries are forced to derate their processing capacity by 30% to 50%, or execute emergency shutdowns to prevent catastrophic overpressurization, choking off fuel production exactly when the macro system requires it most. 2. The distillate drain loop. As the primary power grid fails due to sagging lines and exploding transformers, thousands of critical infrastructure nodes, hospitals, water treatment facilities, telecommunication hubs, and massive data centers automatically switch to localized industrial backup generators. These backup systems consume ultra-low sulfur diesel and middle distillates at an unprecedented, non-forecasted rate, draining commercial fuel inventories within days. 3. The terminal Strategic Petroleum Reserve draw. Because the Strait of Hormuz is functionally closed, there is no incoming seaborne crude to replenish the system. The domestic infrastructure is forced to cannibalize the final remaining weeks of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, not to project military power overseas, but to feed the industrial backup generators keeping basic municipal survival systems online during the heat dome. 3. Synthesis, the thermodynamic realignment. The 5-degree forecasting error strips away the financial market's ability to manipulate optics through paper metrics. You cannot print cooler air, and you cannot clear a buckled rail line with a regulatory adjustment. The system is forced into a hard physical freeze. To save the electrical grid from total destruction, the state must implement mandatory rolling load shedding, shutting down non-essential industrial production, and forcing a rapid contraction of the economy to a baseline supported entirely by local physical energy assets. Given that an ambient temperature threshold of 120 degrees Fahrenheit systematically breaks down the physical transport of energy via rail, road, and wire, How do you see decentralized, localized infrastructure systems adapting to maintain baseline resource distribution when the centralized grid encounters this type of absolute material?
How you doing? Good to see you, Crystal. Yeah, it can be bad. I mean, Trump, guys, you have to prepare for this heat though, okay? Go buy extra, you need to be preparing now. Buying extra water, having a storage of water, having, buy ice, put if you've got a ice cooler, like a frozen cooler, put ice in there, do a cooler within a cooler. If you've got one big cooler, put two smaller coolers in there. And don't open it up. Just have it for emergency cool. For water, for drinking or whatever. You may want to, you may want to pre-fill your bathtub. Fill up your bathtub and have it there, right? Fill up your bathtub with cold water, with water, right? Put a cover on it. If you've got, keep, to basically, so it becomes like a cooler, and have it just in case. If you have anyone elderly, if you know anyone who's old, you need to be talking to them about this, preparing this. It's going to be brutal. The coming weeks, this next month, right, starting around July 15th, it's going to be brutal. And there's going to be lots of people are going to die, senior citizens and everything else. They're already projecting 100 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit weather, right? But some models predict 115 to 120. Is it closed? Oh, there's people here. Mama wanted Yaki 40. This is still open. I think they open till 9, right? Are you hungry? All right, let's go right here. I don't know, that one's still. You staying in the car? Or you coming? All right. Okay. Run to the car. Yeah. So if you know any elderly people, I hope Joe comes in here. If mine Joe. You guys, you can, yeah. I went looking for gold today. Gold. I didn't realize gold flakes are so goddamn small. I was looking for them nuggets. Mama wants meat on a stick. We just went shopping. Oh, damn, look at that big old floating tube thing. That looks like fun, doesn't it? Imagine kind of having taken this out in the water. I guess this is for the house, not for the water. All right, let's run. Let's go down to the cheap food. This guy's hauling ass down there. Look at him go. He's like, let's get down to the cheap food. Look at him run. That guy's hauling ass. Haul and ass. Yeah. Yeah, but it's just everyone needs to be prepared, okay? Don't be caught out where you can't buy water. Let's see what they got for the cheap meat. She wants yakitori. She wants like meat on a stick. Let's see what meat's on here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that shrimp, half price. Oh, they got rid of all the meat. There was like tons of meat here yesterday. 20% off, 20% off, 20% off. All right, here's where she wants this shit. She wants this stuff here. So we'll grab one of those, one of those. You know, that's just chicken. That's just chicken skin. I'm not getting chicken skin. She likes that though. Where's she going? We're playing Russian roulette here. This here is meat here. It's only 20% off. I don't get excited 20% off. What is this stuff? What is it from? I mean, puru, koji, huh? Where is this? Well, I got it. I don't know where this is. Where is this from? That's this guy. That's this guy right here. See what I'm saying? Nani? Doko? Yonde kudasai. Nani kore? Yonde? Furukogi. Doko? Wagara. Nani? What? Furukogi. Furukogi. Turko? Furukogi. 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 Doko furukogi? Gyu. Bara. Bara. Gyu no bara. Bara daから。Bara. 流れで進むプルコギ。プルコギってわからん。わからん。He doesn't know where it is from either. Doesn't know. He's like, I don't know. Hold on, let's ask AI. We'll ask AI. See, usually they have where it's from here, but it's actually right here. America. So it's shit. It's shit American beef. Shit American beef. Looks like they're oh, there's a 30% off. There's 30% off here. All right, I'll just get that. We'll just get this. She wants to eat that meat on a stick. That's good enough for me. We'll see if there's any other stuff here. No, it's America, but it's Korean style. It's probably stuff we'd never eat. Let's see here. I don't know if she'll like that. Maybe she'll like this. I don't know. No. Oh, she needs this for lunch. Guess I'll grab this. No, it's American slop. Oh, look. She likes these. 30% off, though. Yeah, we came too late. Too late. All the food, all the sashimi is gone. Right? Everything's gone. Let's see this. Oh my God, Blue Moon. This is a white Belgian beer. Oh, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna have a couple beers tonight. Let's have a couple beers. My Mama's gonna want to drink my beer, Al. I feel like a beer. That chicken plate looks really nice. Yeah, that looks nice. The whole chicken. Fuck it. Get the whole chicken. We're gonna get the whole chicken, even though it's not on sale. All right, let's go. Let's go. I love. I'll cook that in the oven. Mm, cook that in the oven, and then char it with my butane torch. Couple beers. I was I was out there. I was out there looking for gold. Looking for gold. Oh, I don't have anything open. We got to use this here. Oh, they got the. We can't even use the other things closed down. The blowtorch. Look at these things here. Get yourself one of these. Get yourself a fan. Little USB charger. Here's one here. Look. That's nice. Yeah, get USB charger. Oh my God, this is all right. Have to go here. Anyway, call employee. Call employee is like I hit one button and I got call employee. It's like I hit one goddamn button and it's like call employee. I thought I broke it. Look, self-service here. Oh, I pulled my pants up. Pants falling down. I forgot my belt. Did that. No. It's only 20 years old to drink. It's only 20 to drink in Japan. Did you know that? You know it's only 20 to drink in Japan? I forgot. I thought it was 21. All right, that's it. Hmm? なんで？すいません。Did they just bust me? All right, let's get out of here. All right, let's go. Oh, I have this woman stalking me. Yeah, they are, except for you can switch them now to English, which is only recent. You know, like in the within the last three years, I think. But like you go here, right? Now it just say English. It actually shows in here, you know. Yeah, it used to be all in Japanese. My Japanese bank is still all in Japanese. Tommy going. I need a drink, yeah. Should have got lemon. All right. Let's go. What are you doing? Trying to figure out something. All the complications of adult life, Tommy. He's got to figure out everything. Right, son? Let's go out the back. Let's go out the back. You got to figure out everything. No, I'm not fluent in Japanese. No, I can barely get by. I'm like a 5-year-old. I don't even know if I think a 5-year-old knows more Japanese than I do. Right, Tommy? Huh? Am I what, 3-year-old?
Yeah.
I'm like a 3-year-old.
You can understand Japanese like a 5-year-old and speak like 3.
I understand like a 5-year-old, but I speak like a 3-year-old. There you go. I think my understanding is higher than a 5-year-old. I think my understanding is 6 or 7. 6 or 7.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
If I can teach you math in like 7 years of Japanese, you can understand it.
All right, try.
掛け算は
Choppo. I got turned down. I can't hear you. What?
掛け算は
Uh,
どういうことですか？
wait.
掛け算は
Kakizan. Nani kakizan?
掛け算は何をすることですか？
Kakizan de nani? What's kakizan? Multiplication?
Times squares.
Ah, see, I was right. Multiplication. I guessed it right. right? And okay,
は何をすればいいですか？
can I multiply? Is that what you asked me? Am I good at multiplying? いいですか? What did you ask me?
何をすることですか？何をすればいいですか？
I don't know what that means. What's 何else? Blah, 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 ですか?
What do you have to do? What is multiplication?
I know what I knew you were talking about multiplication. I know what it is.
Explain.
I can't explain it in Japanese. I don't have I told you I have the ears of a 7-year-old. I have the mouth of a 3-year-old. What's up, puddle jumper? Getting ready to crash out for the day. 7 day. What were you up all night? 91 degrees here in South Florida. Now you're a Florida dude. Mar-a-Lago, the southern shit house. Oh, you're Florida dude. I'm a Florida dude too. I don't think you know that, do you, Puddle? I went to Florida State University, and yeah. Oh, he's fluent. He's a fluent. He's native. He's a native. Tommy is a native. He's a native. Yeah, they've been going to Japanese school since he was a baby. Since he was a baby. Like when? Well, I wasn't South Floridian. I lived in Homosassa Springs, north of Tampa, St. Pete, Tampa, Citrus County. Homosassa had one light. Homosassa had one light. Tallahassee, Florida. That's right. Oh, my life in Florida. You never heard of Tallahassee? It's just the capital of the state. Oh, Homosassa. You've never heard of Homosassa? Yeah, Homosassa. Unless you're from Tampa, or if you're from South Florida, you've never heard of Homosassa. Look at that raid. Why are you projecting your gayness? You know, you come into a chat and the first thing out of your mouth is some gay shit. You know you're telling on yourself, right? Raid. You know you're telling on yourself. Let me ask you this, Raid, all seriously. Are you always trying to stick it in your partner's a-hole? Right? Are you like, honey, let's try anal. Let's try it, honey. Are you one of those guys? Are you one of those guys always trying to stick it in your yeah, are you married? Raid, are you married? Hey, fairy boy. We're just gonna call you fairy. You're just a little fairy, right? Fairy. Are you always thinking about the anus? Fairy, what happened, Fairy? Fairy, did I make you nervous? Hold on, Fairy, I'll make you feel better. Here, hold on. There you go. There you go, Fairy. There you go. Just for you, I'm a giver. See, Fairy, I'm a giver. You can fantasize about my lips. What am I gonna do with them? Oh, Fairy. What happened to Fairy? Did Fairy run off? You get cold feet. You come in here throwing your gayness around, then all of a sudden you're gone quiet on me. Damn. Golly. You gotta love my lipstick. Oh, there you are. No, I put it on for you. Here, I'll put it on again. There you go. I put it on for you, Barry. Because I know you want it. I know you want it. Oh, it is a live chat. It is live chat. Look, you need a good punishment for that. Oh, you're so on it. Here, let me take that off. I got a magic finger. Got my magic finger. Magic finger. Are you sure it was lipstick, Fairy? Look, we got a Fairy. Are you a Trump supporter? He's getting all excited. I switched it to all chat. I switched it to all chat. So I'm seeing everything now. All right, let me ask you one question. Is there any chance he's a pedo? Is there a chance he's a pedo? Yes or no? Fairy, Trump a pedo. I hung out with him for 15 years, flew on his jet, went to all his parties. You think he was a pedo? You think Trump's a pedo? Homosassa Springs. Homosassa Springs is a part of Homosassa. It's the part by the river, right? Homosassa. Yeah, we don't call it Homosassa Springs, but there is Homosassa Springs. There is an amusement park called Homosassa Springs. I mean, technically a chance. You don't think it's like you don't think it's a 25% chance? You think it's lower than a 25%? I mean, he hung out with him for 15 years. He sent him a birthday card. Dude, come on, dude. 15 years besties. Sent him a birthday card. I hope every day is a wonderful secret. What do you think he meant by that? I hope every day is another wonderful secret. What do you think he meant by that? What do you think? What did Trump mean by that? What was the wonderful secret? You don't think it could be pedo shit? Enigma? He mentioned the word enigma, right? So, life is such an enigma, which is an anagram for, what's it called? Gamine. Gamine is a playful girl, right? Gamine. He's in the Epstein files more than Jesus is in the Bible, more than Harry Potter is in the whole fucking Harry Potter series. Yeah. More than 38. That's just no. He's in there more than like close to 100,000 times. So you think 20% chance, 20% chance, right? Type one. If you think he's 24% chance or higher, right? Type 1. All right. I'm a passport, bro. What do you mean? What's a passport, bro? What does that mean? I don't know what a passport, bro, is. 20% chance? How about 50? 50%. 50. Would you go as high as 50? I mean, God, you knew him for 15 years, dude. He went to all his parties. Come on. 50%. or even 20%. You voted for a guy. I mean, maybe you didn't know. Did you know back then that there was a 20 to 50% chance or higher? I think he's 100%. Yeah, I live in Japan. Yeah, 21 years. 21 years here. There you go, Tom. 100%. All right, let's go cook some food. Let's cook some food. All right. Oh, got the whole chicken. I want to cook this chicken up. All right. Is that little birdies? Oh. That's out. All right, I got you your thing. Yeah. Why is it so shitty?
Wow.
Oh, American football? Why are you watching American football? To learn? No.
It's fun to watch. So much.
Try this beer, Tommy. See if you like this beer. This is my favorite beer. It's a little bit on the bottom here. Try it. Try it.
美味しくない
Try it.
ビール好きだね。ただ、where's my dinner?
What? That's a wheat beer. Belgium. Belgium won.
ママ飲んでないのママの。おい
Nani?
マ
What?
マなんでビールがないの
You beer right there. What? Why do you want to drink my beer?
Makes try to my Tommy.
He's my son. He's got to learn to get used to beer.
I am. Who? おい
Mm. Oh my gosh, so good, that beer. That beer is so good.
Wow. 絶対の中継では多い。
Oh. God damn it. You
セブンアップのですね。
we got you some stuff here.
あれ、今、セブン 力を、その、
Tom, you want tongue and rice?
Yes.
This is Japanese tongue. Japanese tongue. Basically, it's a tongue, and they slice it like that. Tongue. Tongue. She's trying to. No, she's trying to take my She's trying to take my beer. Hey, hey, you need to talk to Mike and get Netflix back on for him. Honey? What, you hungry? There's like no rice. Scoop that rice up, make more rice. I did 4 scoops of rice today. How much rice you ate this afternoon or something? How come all the rice got eaten?
Yes.
Huh? Did you start it or no? Huh?
Turn it off.
We'll turn it on. Put some of this over here. Can you? Mike, you want tongue too?
Yeah.
Can you not? Too big. Where's the other one? All right.
방금 너무 얇았죠?
Never thought I'd see American football playing at my house. When do you watch college ball, Tommy?
It's not college ball.
No, you should watch college ball. You should watch no, but you should watch college because you're in college. Why are you watching professional, Tommy? Watch Florida State. Watch Florida State. That's where I went to school. Search Florida State, Tommy. Florida State. You need to watch college ball is different. It's faster. It's different play style. You should watch pro. I gotta get rice going. All right. Why is it still hot? I gotta cool down the stupid rice cooker. All right. There you go. That's 2 Florida teams. What year was that? That's gay. That's Florida, not Florida State. That's my rival, Florida State. Hey, Florida Gators is our arch enemy.
It's mine, bro. Hey,
Huh?
it's mine.
No, that's his.
They all know how to do it.
I'm cooking rice now for you. Huh? He's been working, Mikey. Oh shit! Long water. All right, guess I'll get off. Lights off. You want mustard or anything? Huh? Mayonnaise or sauce or
That's right.
milkshake?
Thank you.
Only if Mikey wants a milkshake. You want a milkshake, Mikey? Huh? You want a milkshake? Then I'll make a milkshake. Only if Mikey wants a milkshake. No, atheists don't hate God, Arrow Flynn. Atheists don't hate God. right? We define God, right? Or actually, atheists. I mean, some atheists may hate God. I don't. I'm the atheist monk. I'm prophesized. See, 3,000 years ago, more than 3,000 years, prophesized to be here. The atheist monk with 0102 on its back, 012, the mirror. What can I say? Maybe the second coming was my prophecy, right? They just got it discombobulated. They thought it was Jesus coming back, but no, it was the atheist monk. Arrow, you know you do. You brought it up, so you know you do. That's a Christian thing right there. That's a religious thing right there. You know, all those Catholic priests and Epstein. That's a Christian Jewish thing, I think, not an atheist thing. Running back. That was your play, right, Tommy? That's your play. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Boom.
That's receiver. That's not one.
It's a receiver. The running back's in the back. Where's the running back?
Oh, agree.
Special teams. They got extra points. They didn't cook. They didn't kick. They did a special move. Look. He blocked it.
Yeah.
He grabbed it and scored again. See, I told you, college football is a lot more fun, Tommy. See? Am I right? They do a lot more crazier shit. This is how you should be playing. Did you leave some for Mama? I only have one of each, so leave them for Mama. Leave them for Mama. They leave her at least one. Aww. Aww. Mama. Poor Mama. Only gets one. How was it? Yeah? The boys are like monsters, Al. Hmm. Hmm. Nande? Stupid fucking thing. Hurry up. What are you doing? Remember, that's Mama's. Hurry up. Dinner.
この支払って、こちらの方が使います。現金。
早くして. The boys are going to eat your dinner, okay? Don't complain. Don't complain if there's no dinner because your boys are eating it.
I'm still hungry.
This sucks. Why is our thing up there so high? Stupid. Stupid fucking thing. Should never have gotten that stupid. Why was it obstruction? Why was it obstruction, Tommy? It was obstruction. Nande?
What's obstruction?
Blocking. Watch it.
You heard that?
Hey, Mikey. Hey.
Bring pressure off the edge. It's a great design. You still know who's coming, but they're still only rushing forward. As you time it up, watch it. Now it's correct down at 16.
We got copies here.
And they'll play it for Jamie Ball. Texas obviously ready.
Why is this goddamn thing won't go? Stupid. Stupid thing. Huh? Oh.
Twenty-six yards on the reception. He fumbled. He's holding the game. Here he sees the foul. He's right here. Walking the loose right hand. Left hand gets up into the face back up on the chin. There it is. And now oversteering is not good.
Mike, eat more of these. So.
Twice now.
There.
Wow. Saves down. George Jones gets the shot. And the clock's still running. See you later. The Kings.
Stupid thing, Mama. I can't make rice. You guys can't have rice. I can't make it. I'm done trying to make rice.
Yeah, that's a good slide.
Look at that. Little burn. That little burn up here. That wing, that little burn. Oh, wow, it's juicy. Frog on the menu. That's right, P.O. Good morning. Tommy, want a leg of chicken?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can't get the rice going, so. Mike, you want a leg of chicken? Huh? Hey. Tommy, you want chicken? Oh, there's napkins. Pick it up with your fingers. You watch the American food. So you can find a Florida State, FSU. FSU. Look for an FSU 96 game. FSU 1996. That's when I was there. FSU 1996.
You don't know the rule.
I was there watching. I was picking up on girls. I was ladies' man. Where's go? Try to find one out. These are both my schools, Tommy. I went to this school and I went to this school. My undergraduate here and my master's here.
Your master.
My master's here.
What did you get master?
MBA, MFA, double.
What are you doing now?
I went gold. I went looking for gold today. No. But I learned. I found my spot.
Yes, master. What are you doing now?
Cooking.
The city Rico Scott is there for the tide.
Oh, shit.
It's the opportunity.
Why?
For a time.
Sunday.
Scott is back for the tide if he gets the opportunity, and it goes for a time. Simpson, yes. The new starting quarterback for the tie. Here is Ty Simpson, yes.
What year is that? Really, last year?
There's lots of like about him. He can make all the moves. He's not as dynamic as water in the middle. That really skill is key. But because of that, Joe, is experience. Because obviously it's first start on the road constantly. We're starting on the road constantly. What's next? It's all power lines up that step that we're looking at.
There.
It's first start on the road.
Is this Al?
It's all power lines up that step that we're looking at.
Is this falling off the bone?
Jam Miller, who's set to be the starting running back this year,
Mmm.
with a dislocated collarbone. So Richard Young, who was the prize recruit a few years ago, will carry the ball and get things started for payoff.
Chicken. 5.
Players built by the Home Depot. There's a lot of
I cooked the whole chicken.
here in this game. We talk about Alabama offensively. Cade Proctor, one of the best left tackles in the game. Ryan Williams, one of the best talents at wide receiver. You'll see unbelievable. And Illinois Jr., the Alabama transfer, playing that roller spot for Florida State's defense. Really is the quarterback in the back end. Burgos and the tackle for a 6-yard gain on Young. Burgos Jr. who just made the tackle for a 6-yard gain on Young. Play action. Since its first pass of the year,
I tell you,
complete to Jeremy Brown.
you try it once, you won't want to leave. Pretty much everyone who comes in fan doesn't want to leave.
This play call here by Ryan Grubb early, putting Ty Simpson on the move, giving him one option. Jeremy Brown will be out breaking around. This is nice play. I think it's speed underneath them, getting the completion, moving it. Underneath them, getting the completion, moving the chains. That's the kind of play ball that'll help a young quarterback in his first start just start to settle into the game. That reception for Bernard, ball goes through Washington.
This chicken came out so good. Didn't it, Tom? I think they're good, isn't it? Really juicy.
He gets the hole on the right side. Being 2.5 yards, and he's Earl Jr. again, the former side player with the tackle. And you're seeing Richard Young here getting some touches early. Their most explosive running back from the year, Jan Miller. How did this game look at this one?
Nice.
Collarbone, so it's going to be a bit of a running back by committee approach here for them.
Native Americans, you're the true Americans.
2nd and 7. Here's Simpson. Kind of set. Play. And he tucks and runs as he's slides out. Just and he tucks and runs as he slides out. Just 1 yard beyond midfield. But I think we like to see that if you're doing watching the quarterback here, make a good decision. Right? So that's not nothing's open in the field. You're not trying to force it. Think to try. And just don't get it. Get with your legs and keep this 3rd down manageable.
Mm. So good. Mm. Michael! Mikey! Where's the game? At Florida State, you know? Yeah, Florida State. Been to that stadium.
From Frozen State.
Huh?
Stadium.
Yeah, Seminole. Seminoles. It's the name of the Indians, the Seminole Indians. It's the Indians of Florida, Seminoles. And the Gators. We have lots of Gators. Remember we went on that boat ride?
An excellent player on the offensive line. He did have some struggles a year ago. Yeah, the right tackle position was the weak in the crowd in his offensive line a year ago. I just quickly got most of the reps. He's really up and down. He had a lot of fight in Nebraska, so he's in that spot now. He really has to settle in.
Those big guys right there. I'm about that big guy right there. About my size. Probably bigger than me.
366 pounds. Here's a 37.
I got chicken for tomorrow's bento, mama. Huh? Nani?
Can't eat this.
Eat what?
Chicken.
Oh, that's good. It's for me. I'm still hungry. It's Tommy. He's got mama's eyes. He's watching his father's alma mater. Alma mater means the school he went to.
Richard Young straight ahead and an excellent effort.
All right, chicken for tomorrow. I could eat both. I could eat both of these pissed off. I gotta get it away from me or I'll eat it.
It's what it's going to earn Alabama their first down.
You didn't hardly eat any of the chicken, Nanda.
No, I'm just full.
Mm. Who's ready?
Well, it looks like Justin Pryor, linebacker for Florida State, came right up the middle and got some push. Drew Gio. Florida State came right up the middle and got some push. Drew Gio Vandermark backward a little bit. It was Richard Young, 212 pounds, needing all of that to make the changes.
Mama wants to watch her show, right? Right, Mama? Golf time. Golf time.
Like gold. It's not interesting.
When I want to watch something, it's always Mama's time. But when Tommy wants to watch something, oh shit. Oh, fuck. It sprayed in your ball up on my pants. I wasn't paying it. So good. Money. Huh?
His wife didn't, he don't come to your sister.
Yeah, it's a
And it's not.
really.
They have to follow.
Day after tomorrow?
I need money.
240 pound Daniel.
Whoa, yo.
Wow.
As he takes it down the 40-yard line. So,
Oh, there it is. Oh, bear.
244 pound Daniel filling that way in at running back as he takes it down the 40-yard line. Let's see, we're taking over. That's new days. Baby George, good afternoon, baby.
Celebrating Belgium's win. This is Belgium. Belgium beer. That's what we do. Oh, 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 oh. You hear him chanting, Tommy? Listen. You hear that? Oh, look at it. Chop, tomahawk chop. Tomahawk chop.
You're doing that too.
Huh? Yeah, sure. We all do it. We're all students.
When did you get your
Undergraduate theater.
master?
MBA, MFA. Master of Business Administration and a Bachelor of Fine Arts, or a Master's of Fine Arts.
I'm graduating Japanese.
Well, gotta ask AI. Cocaine's. I don't really watch sports. My son is playing American football in college. He's on the team. So he's watching. I'm not watching.
What? Okay. Somebody, that's a water about it. Joder, joder. This is also
Says that one of four mistakes is
They want pussy reprivations. They all secretly all want a sex change. Nani? Huh? We have no more?
no more.
Huh, grab it from there then.
What do you mean? This?
Yeah.
That's against straight onto them. Gotta get a third down situation, and that's another big test for time.
We're cheating the water company. Just put this on like this here.
And here's another big test for Tyson and it's since then, we're starting on the road. What's it got to do defensive coordinator
They should massage, Mama. Get on the thing. I'll give you a massage. Really nice. Put a towel down. Does your gym have room for one? You should put one in your gym. A sports injury. You got to have you don't have any of the females doing massage therapy or doing sports, huh? They do.
Trainer.
Huh? So yeah, no, but are any of the girls studying to be sports injury? Yeah, they should want you get them to give you massages. Get them to practice. Waffle Jackson is in the house. What's up, Waffle Jackson? This is how you do it, Tommy. You know how to. I'm still so. How does a black guy support Trump? Can you explain that to me? I'm really confused. How is it that a black guy from England supports Trump? That's what I want to understand. Waffle, explain it to me. Come on, make it make sense to me. How come you support Trump? Specifically, be specific. He's not taking on any globalists. What globalists is he taking on? What globalists? Name one. Be specific. Be specific. How is he taking on globalists? Can you be specific? Can you explain what that means? Yeah, I mean, explain what does that mean? What globalists? Be specific. Is Elon Musk? Is he taking on Elon Musk? How about OpenAI? I mean, these are the largest company. The biggest globalist on the planet is Elon Musk. They say, how's he taking on Elon? Explain that to me. No, I think globalists would be Elon Musk. He's got them all paying more money, dude. He has them all paying more money. He's fueling globalists before they weren't paying money. He's creating, Come on, stupid.
It's ride, and again they won the ball, and this time it's Devin Riley, the four-star recruit for 2020.
Why is this not? Why is this so slow?
This time it's Devin Riley, the four-star recruit for 2024, who has played really well in scrimmages. Sam Dewberry, here's a transfer from Texas A&M starting at left guard. He's able to climb up. Like really well in scrimmages. Sam Dewberry, here's a transfer from Texas A&M starting at left guard. He's able to climb up on that line and open a massive hole.
Barbecue chicken.
I need barbecue chicken.
It was not given yesterday.
What?
That linebacker open a massive
Huh?
hole.
Skewer chicken. Skewered chicken. Chicken on skewers. Those are skewers. Yakitori. Skewered chicken.
Yakitori.
Yakitori.
It's Oregon, yesterday.
Yakitori. Yakitori. All right, Tommy, this is ready for you. Hi.
Riley again, trying to get an extra push from that offense. To fly, that's a 20-yard line. We're not in the football to get to that same goal.
All right, Dozo.
Fly,
Hey.
that's a 20-yard line. Football to get to that same goal. It certainly helps settle in your inexperienced.
You gotta push it down a little bit. You have to when you push it down a little bit like that, and then put it in. Okay. Okay. Because of the air. Okay. So you can carry it over there normal. Pull out the tray.
You sort of understand the game plan. They're good.
Mike. Tell Mikey the rice is ready.
You sort of understand the game. They're going to be running at us early in this game. They've got to get
I can cover for now. It's all covered, it's all out.
Oh. All right, guys. All right.
seriously.
All right, I'm gonna go get my son. I'm gonna get off.
It's time to end zone incomplete. He was looking for this.
You can put your golf ball down. Tell me when the bath, my. Hi. You're free. You're free now. You can put your golf ball on, Mama.
End zone incomplete. He was looking for Germany. He's looking for Sugar for now. Running a corner round. He's very lucky. Early Junior. We talked about. He's very lucky. He's early Junior. We talked about him.
All right, guys.
He he's watching his eyes. And he's shooting over there.
Good night, guys. See you tomorrow.
Later, that might have been picked in the end zone.